Welcome back to another video. So let's see how well can CATIA V5 process large meshes created by Rodin. So as you can see over here, this will be the mesh. In this case, 10 million faces. I'm going to go ahead and I will download this. And we're going to see that directly from Rodin platform, this will be saved as a GLB file. So this will be model 3 in my case. I'm going to save this. And I will need to convert that. So in order to do so, in order to load this within CATIA, I will need to change over here the file format. So I'm going to go over here and I will load this. We're going to have the following statue imported. As you can see, even within Blender, it takes a little bit of time to have this loaded. But keep in mind that this will be defined by 10 million faces, so we have quite a lot of geometry. If I'm going to press tab, even on my laptop over here, which is pretty high-end, we're going to see that the mesh will actually look like this. So we see that this is very dense. Now let's transfer this to CATIA. I will select it, File, Export, STL, and we have the following file. I'm just going to call this statue. I'm going to export the selection only, and I'm going to hit Export on my desktop. Now within CATIA, I'm going to go within Shape, Digitize Shape Editor. This will be the workbench that will import STL files. We have the import tool over here. And I can go ahead and directly from the desktop, I will know that this will be the statue. We have over here the information regarding the file unit. In this case, I'm going to leave it to meters. Keep in mind that Blender uses default as meters. Over here within CATIA, we are within an engineering tool, so this will use millimeters in our case. I'm going to hit apply and just leave it like this. We can scale it over here as well. But I just want to showcase the fact that Generative AI can now output some really high meshes that will have a lot of details. We can see over here the mesh is being loaded. As you can see over here, CATIA viewport is a little bit laggy compared to the one over here in Blender. So as you can see over here, if I'm just going to pan around, this will work really smooth since Blender is more optimized to visualize this kind of complex models. We see over here the shading. We can also change that. This will be flat, this will be auto smoothing, but as you can see over here, within my Blender version for 5.01, I do have some problems with that smoothing shader over here. But I can go for shade auto smooth, and we're gonna see that the mesh will look as following. Now within CATIA, we can see that it's already a little bit laggy, but we can go over here within Mesh Cleaner and we can analyze this. So I'm going to select the mesh, hit analyze. I'm really curious if there are any non-manifold edges. As you can see, there are in this case. So we see over here corrupted triangles, 88 triangles. I'm going to select those. We're also going to have those over here selected. As you can see, there are some white areas over here. We also have duplicated triangles, inconsistent orientation for some of the faces, non-manifold edges. These are actually a lot more. And as you can see, if I'm going to zoom in, they will be by default highlighted over here with white within CATIA. But as I'm selecting all of those, I'm going to see that around the model, there will be various sections that will have those white dots. And with all of those selected, I can now hit apply, and CATIA V5 Mesh Cleaner will start process this. Now, why is this important? If you want to convert this to a CAD model, it's really mandatory that we're going to fix all of those. And as we can see, CATIA cleared those really easily. I can just hit apply once again, and we're going to have also those remaining non-manifold vertices being fixed. So in this case, the model doesn't have any problems, so we can further go ahead and we can use, in this case, automatic surface to recreate this as a surface-based model. Now, regarding the structure, if I'm going to go over here within splitting connected zones, we're going to see that this will not set, let's say, two meshes. That means everything is linked together within a single mesh, so we don't have any small components. Those will be just some floating elements that have remained, so Rodin didn't output any of those in this case. Now, with this mesh ready, we can go ahead within automatic surface and we can have this processed and transferred towards a CAD model. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. You're going to find a similar video over here on the left side. And if you enjoyed this, you can go to subscribe. You're going to find the button on the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.